it's really important that my watercolor pieces are timeless because memories are timeless. Everybody can go like mentally back to their childhood home where they grew up. You can probably imagine you know, what the kitchen looked like, maybe what it smelled like when your mom was cooking or your dad was cooking. You can picture the colors of your bedroom walls, you know, walking up to the step of your house. And if I can in any way recreate that in a watercolor painting for someone, where they can look at that house 20, 30 years later and like feel those same memories and have that same nostalgia, then I've done my job. I really loved the LeVeque Tower, and when I was looking at it to sketch it out, I just noticed that it had these really, really unique gargoyles at the top that just kind of sat on each corner of the tower. And I never even noticed it until I really looked at a photo of it to go to sketch it out. And it just has these also beautiful, long, tall windows that are nice and thin and sit right next to each other. Kind of reminds me of almost like a church or a sanctuary. Like, it just is really, really beautiful. Architectural painting is not something that I did, actually. This is fairly new for me. I painted my childhood friend's house, and it was such a unique house. It was so beautiful. She was so happy with it, and as soon as I put that on social media, people were just coming out of the woodwork saying, "Can you paint our homes for us?" And I was just like so blown away. So when I have clients that purchase a watercolor from me, like when their faces light up when they see this painting that they hired or that they asked me to do, and then they send me a text and they say, "This is better than I ever thought it would be. Thank you so much." Like, that's what really, really brings me purpose and brings me joy. I really would love for my art to draw people in. When I do a watercolor home for somebody, I want them to feel like they can go into the painting and walk right up to the front door and turn the handle and go into their home. I think that homes hold so much memory and they hold so much nostalgia, and I would love for somebody to be able to see a painting and feel all those feelings again, to literally step in to the painting and be able to go into this home. When I paint from a reference, I'm actually really a perfectionist, so I try to get my lines just right. I try to get my proportions perfect. Like, I don't want some like big door on a small house. Like, I want it to be just right. But when it comes to having a little bit of freedom myself, I think it comes more into the colors that I put into the house. I want to make some colors pop here and maybe dole out some colors here so that it like really accentuates, you know, the door frame or something. So that's where I tend to allow myself to have a little more freedom. When it comes to the bones of the house and the line work, I try to stick right to it, and just because I love to. I just think it's fun to get it just right and have that perfect product there on the picture. I'll see a house or a building, and I see different colors than what might be actually on the picture. I might make a house that's a little bit more warmer tones. I might make it a little bit cooler tones just because that's how I see it in my mind. And it always turns out so good, and I actually think it brings forth some personality out of the home itself. I was so happy to, because these houses are so unique. I love when I get to go and walk up to the front door of a house that I've painted and just say, "Oh my goodness, this is what I've stepped into my own painting." Like, this house is so unique and beautiful, and like here I am looking at it. So it's a little bit like Alice in Wonderland-y. Like, I feel like every time I'm painting, I'm putting myself almost at the front step of these homes or these architects. Like, it's just so like surreal almost. For aspiring artists in Columbus, I just think that you are in the right city. Columbus is so nurturing to new artists. I have had so many opportunities open up to me, doors flung wide open that have given me the best opportunities. If you're a new artist in Columbus, aspiring artist, I say just get to know people in your community, get to know other artists. Like, you will find so many opportunities that you can't even imagine.